Word not for a horse bet that came in for the great Conley Smythe. Maybe King Clancy wouldn't have played with Toronto Maple Leafs, but part of the deal was $35,000, and that was part of the big money Conn Smythe won on betting on a horse. But King Clancy meant a lot to the NHL, meant a lot to the Leafs, and meant a lot to the sport of hockey. Now, born Francis Michael King on in Ottawa, February 25th, 1902, he was a Canadian pro ice hockey player, referee, coach, and executive, mostly with the Leafs. He played 16 years in the NHL for the Senators and the Leafs. He was a member of 3 Stanley Cup title teams and won numerous All-Star honors. After he retired in 37, he remained in hockey, becoming a coach for the Montreal Maroons, and Clancy worked for 11 seasons as well as a ref in the NHL. Now, when he joined the Toronto Maple Leafs organization, he was a right-hand man of Harold Ballard and worked as a coach and team executive from that point until his death in 1986. Now, in 2017, Clancy was named one of the 100 greatest NHL players in history. Now, his nickname King originates from his father Tom, who was the first King Clancy and played football with the Ottawa Rough Riders. At the time, the football was not staffed as it's done today, but it was heel back from the line. Frank's father was very good at this and was named King of the Healers, or King for short. This nickname was eventually transferred to Frank. Not the biggest drink of water, 5'7", 155 pounds, but tough as nails. He played for numerous junior teams in the Ottawa area and began his NHL career in his hometown playing for the Senators, where he would establish himself among the league's top skaters, helping Ottawa to Stanley Cup wins in 23 and 27. Although he is one of the smallest defensive players of his era, he was tough and fast and would not back down. According to Brian McFarland, a noted hockey broadcaster and historian, who said that King Clancy started 1,000 fights and never won one. Now, during a March 31st, 23 Stanley Cup game against the Ice Edmonton Eskimos, Clancy became the first hockey player to play all 6 positions during one contest. In the third period, goalie Clint Benedict was given a 2-minute penalty. At the time, goalies served their own penalties. Not wanting to leave the net open, Clancy played goal for the 2 minutes. Benedict was gone. Now, October 11, 1930, coming off the most productive season of his career, with 17 goals and 40 points in 44 games with Ottawa, he was traded to the Maple Leafs with Toronto manager Connie Smythe, again using some of his horse money, 35,000 and 2 players in exchange for him. This was Eric Pettinger and Art Smith, as well as the $35,000. Now, in his second season with the Leafs, the money paid off as he helped his squad win the Stanley Cup. Now, after a slow start to the 37 season, Clancy announced his retirement 6 games into the campaign. He retired as the top scoring defenseman in NHL history with 283 career points. In Clancy's last contests, he represented the Maroons at the Howie Moran's Memorial Game in 1937. Now, the season after his retirement as a player, Clancy briefly coached the Montreal Maroons before beginning an 11-year stint as an NHL referee. Now, get this. This is kind of freaky. A lot of people don't know this. At 49, the Montreal Canadiens hired Clancy to coach their AHL hockey club, the Cincinnati Mohawks. He was released after 2 losing seasons and rejoined the Leafs organization as a coach of the Leafs AHL affiliate, the Pittsburgh Hornets. The Hornets had 2 outstanding seasons under Clancy, winning the Calder Cup as league champions in 52 and nearly repeating the following year before losing the Cup final in 7 games. Now, on the strength of that performance, Clancy was named head coach of the Leafs for the 54 season. He held the job for 3 years. However, the team struggled, with each successive season worse than the one before. No fault on him, but they were kind of limited on offense. He was then appointed assistant GM by his friend Conn Smythe, although his responsibilities often involved PR as least as much as building a hockey team. Inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1958, he remained assistant GM coach throughout the 60s, working under Punch Imlach. When Imlach was fired in 1969, Clancy initially said he would leave with him, but was persuaded to stay with the Leafs and was made a vice president, a decision which did not go over well with Imlach, although the two later reconciled. Now, after Harold Ballard took control of the Leafs during the 72 campaign, Clancy and Ballard became inseparable friends. Former Leafs player, coach, and assistant GM, GM Clarence Apday stated Clancy was paid to do nothing by both Smythe and Ballard. During the 72 season, Clancy stepped behind the Leafs bench as acting coach for 15 games, while head coach John McClellan recovered from a peptic ulcer. Clancy remained in the Leafs front office for the rest of his life. Now, in '86, he had an operation to remove his gallbladder. However, infection from the gallbladder seeped into his body during the operation, at which he went into septic shock. He died November 10, '86, at age 84, and was interred in Mount Hope Catholic Cemetery in Toronto. Now, Clancy was associated with pro hockey for 65 years at the time of his passing, then the longest such tenure in NHL history, and a record since surpassed by Johnny Busick. He was the last surviving member of the 22-23 Stanley Cup championship winning Ottawa Senators. Now, AHL first All-Star team 31-34, second All-Star team 32-33, Stanley Cup as a player 23-27 with Ottawa, 32 with Toronto, Stanley Cup champion as a GM, assistant GM coach 62, 64, 67 with Toronto, AHL champion as coach 52 Pittsburgh Hornets, Hockey Hall of Fame 58, Canada Sports Hall of Fame 75, Ontario Sports Hall of Fame in 98. His number 7 was retired by the Maple Leafs. While playing for the Buds, Tim Horton awarded number 7, the same number won by King Clancy from 32 to 37. The team declared both Horton and Clancy honored players at a ceremony on November 21st, 95, but did not retire the number 7 from team use. Despite this, it became an honored number, abiding by Leafs honors policy. In 2016, the Maple Leafs retired all their honored numbers. Now, ranked number 52 in the Hockey News list with 100 greatest hockey players. In 2017, he was part of the first group of players to be named to the 100 greatest NHL players in history. Now, the King Clancy Memorial Award was named in his honor and is given annually to the NHL player who demonstrates leadership qualities on and off the ice and was made exceptional humanitarian contributions to the community. In popular culture, he is referred in the TV series How I Met Your Mother in the episode Old King Clancy. Now, early career, Ottawa Sandy Hill in 17 as well as St. Joseph's, Ottawa Munitions at Ottawa Collegiate in 1918, Ottawa St. Bridges from 19 to 21, then the Ottawa Senators from 22 to 1930. Best season was his last, 17 goals, 23 assists, and 40 points. With the Maple Leafs, very strong numbers, 21, 19, 25, 28, 21, 15 points from 31 to 36. NHL totals, 136 goals, 147 assists, 283 points, 592 games, 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points, and 55 contests. Now with the Maroons, he won 6-11-1, fourth in the Canadian, but was fired. He's 3 years in Toronto. He lost in the semifinals all 3 times to Detroit. So his total NHL career, 86 wins, 92 losses, 50 ties. Now, Clancy was, of course, of Irish descent. His son Terry participated in ice hockey at the '64 Winter Olympics and later played for the Leafs. Now, his great-granddaughter, Laurie Stacey, is a Canadian ice hockey player for PWHL Montreal and a member of the Canadian Women's National Ice Hockey Team. She won a silver medal with Canada at the 2018 Winter Games and gold at 2022. She won gold at the 2021 Worlds and the 2022 Worlds. She won silver at the Worlds in 2017, in 2023, and bronze in 2019. She is engaged to Team Canada teammate Marie-Philippe Poulet. So the hockey legacy is strong still in the Stacey family. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here with our vintage NHL podcast, let us know when to like, comment, subscribe, or share. All I can say about King Clancy, I respect the hell of him. Sometimes you have to look at the big picture. I hated Harold Ballard, but we love King Clancy because he was the king. No doubt about it. Thanks for listening, and go Oilers, go.